Thanos was the big bad of the Infinity Saga. We waited years to see the Mad Titan in action after the first tease in the Avengers post-credit scene. Hello everyone, and welcome to my secret base. My name is Edster, and in today's video, I will go over who could be the next big bad of the MCU. Before we begin, please take a few moments to like, subscribe, and to turn on those notifications. Alright? Let's go! Galactus is one of the biggest big bads in Marvel, literally, and is one that everyone has been waiting to see in the MCU for a long time. Once Marvel acquired Fox, everyone got so pumped because we got closer to seeing the Eater of Worlds show up. We know that as soon as the Fantastic Four get introduced, it'll be only time before we see his herald, the Silver Surfer, arrive on Earth. I think that Marvel's first family will be introduced very soon, probably within the next 2 years, either in a post-credit scene or with a small role in a Disney Plus series. And somehow I feel like it might be with Ms. Marvel. From there, they are likely to get a large role in the MCU, one that will lead to the arrival of Galactus. Marvel has confirmed that Phase 4 will not have an Avengers movie. This probably means that we will not get a big team up, rather small crossover events within movies. This gives Marvel more leeway into establishing the next big bad. When we finally get an Avengers movie, probably to close out Phase 5, we will get the big tease. In my previous video, I talked about how we will likely see longer sagas, and this probably be the beginning of that, with the next saga likely going from Phase 4 to 8, giving them plenty of time to build up the arrival of Galactus. Just like with Thanos, the fight against Galactus could take more than one movie, and it will lead to a giant team up similar to Endgame, and I'm getting chills just talking about it. This is extremely far-fetched because I could just see a scenario where Scarlet Witch could become the big bad. In the first few episodes of WandaVision, we have seen a new side of Wanda, one with a darker tone. Could this lead to her becoming the villain for a while? This is less of a theory and more of me wondering if maybe Marvel could throw us off by making Wanda the new big bad. Let's be honest, she has the power and the ability to be one. Once again, this is very far-fetched, but you never really know with Marvel. This is the most likely final boss of the next saga, and we all honestly thought it when we were watching Endgame, and that is Kang the Conqueror. Pum pum pum. The minute most Easter egg hunters saw the time travel elements in Endgame, a light bulb went off in their heads. Time travel? Messing with the timeline? Alternative universe? Could they be setting up? Yes, they are. At the moment, the next Ant-Man movie, Quantumania, is rumored to have Kang as a bad guy. And to be honest, while never the biggest blockbusters, Ant-Man movies have been very important to the MCU, with a lot of elements in those films becoming crucial in future events. My theory is that Kang could be the bad guy of the movie, but he won't be called by the name throughout the entire film. Only at the end, when he is defeated, we will know who he is. Likely in a scene where he doesn't reveal it to anyone but us, the audience. This would lead to Kang going back to his timeline to plot his revenge and to begin studying this era, eventually popping up here and there in the shadows until he inevitably becomes powerful enough to challenge the Avengers. Lastly, I could also see him appearing in the next Ant-Man, though not as the main antagonist. He could simply be teased after witnessing the shenanigans of Scott Lang and friends. Perhaps he's from an alternative universe and has been investigating the multiverse, arriving in the MCU to wreak havoc. However, the most likely scenario is that Loki will establish him as a threat, one that the TVA will surely want to keep away at all costs. However, during the events of Loki, you see them gasp in relief as they just avoided getting Kang's attention. However, in the events of Ant-Man, where they will probably explore the quantum realm, will end up bringing in Kang into the MCU. Well, that is all for this week. Who do you think will be the next big bad in the MCU? Do you think the Fantastic Four will appear in the MCU within the next few years? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out the content on the screen right now and like me on Facebook. The link is in the description. This is Esther signing off. See ya!